Do you want to be featured on Kenchi School?
Kenchi School.
Hello and welcome to Kenchi School. My name is Artistry Mukherjee and I would like to thank you for stopping by. Today's card is part of the Encouragement Card Hop, which is organized by Courtney Kreber in collaboration with Mary Planko and Jen from Scrappina Creations. To know more about this card hop, keep watching. Let me first take you through all the stamps that I will be using for this card. All the stamps used today are from Fawn and you can see their respective names on your screen. I have stamped all the images that I'll be using today for my card using Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and I am coloring them using tinge alcohol markers that I bought from hnDmd.in. As always, all the product details with the links will be provided in the description box down below, so don't forget to check that out as well. If you would like to skip the coloring process, which in my opinion can be really therapeutic to watch, you can skip to the timestamp visible on the screen. Now that everything is colored, I will fuzzy cut them out with a thin white border around. I like to separate my small and big characters into two boxes while I am working on a project so that I don't lose anything and keep everything organized. This also makes the process of assembling a card, which is very detailed like this one, really easy. I am also stamping the swirls from the Fairy Friends stamp set to create a lamppost. I will stamp the swirls in VersaFine Onyx Black ink, but the lamp I will be stamping that in the Memento Tuxedo Black ink again because I would be coloring the insides using my tinge alcohol markers. And as we know, VersaFine ink is not alcohol marker friendly, but Memento Tuxedo Black ink is. That's why I'm using two inks here, just the explanation for all of that. For all my stamping, I usually like using my DCAM Stampaholic stamping platform. I don't know, I seem to be not very good with the acrylic blocks, and the Stampaholic saves my day. Okay, moving on. Here I'm using the Creative Expression Stitched Hills die to create 3 layers for my card. And yes, this is going to be a tall scenic card. For all the die cutting, I will use my Dream Cut die cutting machine by Little Birdie, bought from Itsy Bitsy Craft store. To know more about the Dream Cut and how to use it, check my video in the top right corner of your screen. I am layering these elements one by one because I have learned that the key to a very detailed scenic card is to keep building the scene every now and then while working on each element. Now as you can see, this scrap piece of vellum did not die cut due to the plastic backing, so I will cut it out with my scissors. Okay, moving forward, for the background I am using the Artistry Ink by Shilpi. For the hills or grassland or whatever you call it, I am using Lime Kiss Amazon Trail and Green Garland Artistry Ink. The blending foam and the blending tool is also by Artistry Ink. Now that all the pieces are covered with ink, I will splatter some water drops with my small brush and then soak it all up using a paper towel. I am again arranging all the layers and elements to decide on the placement. I usually take a picture from my cell phone at this moment so that I can remember the placement when I am actually assembling the card. Okay, so I felt like the card was missing some pop of yellow, so I stamped these mushrooms and colored them out as well. I don't think it's visible, but I have made these very faint tiny pencil marks on the card panel to remember where the layers go while assembling the card. I'm using the same technique to cover my sky as well. I'm using Blue Chase, Indian Jamun and Ocean Reef Artistry Ink by Shilpi. Okay, so let's start layering now. I will first layer the cloud and the grass pieces. I will use both liquid glue and foam tape. I am not going to apply any glue behind my vellum clouds because it will show on the front, and I will take care of it later, so stay put. Now don't call me weird, but I like putting some wet glue on the back of my foam tape as well, so that I get that little time frame to adjust my piece if required, because I'm not very good at eyeballing, and foam tape is a very strong adhesive. As soon as it touches the paper, you cannot really move it around. Hence I apply this little bit of liquid glue so that I have that time frame to adjust if I go wrong. Yay! We have finally come to my most favorite part of making these cards, that is assembling all the elements. You guys will again see that I'll be using both liquid glue and foam tape. In scenic cards, creating different layers is really important to differentiate between the characters which are nearby and the ones which are in the background, and hence you need that foam tape to give that little bit of dimension. While I assemble the card, I would like to talk about the encouragement card hop. This hop is organized by Courtney in collaboration with Mary and Jen. I will link to their channels down below. The purpose of this hop was to bring all crafters together, regardless if you have a blog or YouTube channel or if you don't. That's right, you don't need a blog or YouTube channel to be part of the hop. This card hop basically encourages everyone to create an encouragement card. All the participants can showcase their card in 3 ways. One is YouTube video like me, or a blog post, or by mailing across your card to Courtney, who will feature your card in her video. And all the cards that Courtney will be receiving, they will be used for donation purpose. Isn't that just genius? It's such a win-win situation, and that's why I really wanted to be part of this card hop, because anybody can participate and all the cards go for a good purpose. Now if you notice, I am applying the glue behind my elements like the flowers and the house so that I can stick that vellum to the card, and no glue is visible from the front. Next, I am creating a starry sky using my Uniball Signo white gel pen. And I'm using that same pen to add some highlights on all the elements of my card. For my sentiment today, I am mixing two stamp sets and I love doing this. So I'm using So Jelly and Fairy Friends. So I only need the word your over here. So I am masking the word that I don't want with any tape, inking the stamp, pulling out the tape and then stamping it. And I think that is pretty self-explanatory in the video. Now since I got those little blotches during my first stamping, I am being extra careful the second time and cleaning all of the ink from the other words using a wet tissue. So I stamped the word magical from a Fairy Friends stamp set because I wanted to create the sentiment, you're magical. That is very encouraging for me. And the best thing about Lawn Fawn stamps is that all the stamps in the similar handwriting have a very similar size, so you can use it with different words from other stamp sets, and this is just amazing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, after all that hard work that I just showed you, I almost destroyed my card during this step, this exact step. Right here, I was so proud of myself to use all the scrap of my foam sheets to elevate the card panel on the base, and I bluntly just used liquid glue. And do you see that? All that over smartness with the liquid glue just destroyed my starry sky. This is when I panicked and my next step made it even worse. I thought manipulating few water droplets would just fix this, and you will see here, it does not. And that's me going in panic mode supremo. I just wanted to cover all that with more stars, and it clearly does not work. I went all numb after this, and I just thought of adding as many clear and holographic sequins to cover everything. And some may say I went overboard, and I don't blame them. But I just told myself this is supposed to be an encouragement card for an encouragement card hop, and I encouraged myself to just not give up on this card. That is when I decided to just pause and come back the next day. Next day I saw that all the glue had dried out, and now I feel so stupid that if I had not freaked out, I could have just let it dry out on its own. But I like all that sequence, and I think that makes it more magical. What do you think? Just let me know in the comment section. Now I'm doing something that I do on all my cards, that is adding Nuvo Morning Dew crystal drops for more dimension. I also pulled out this 3D glitter in the color pink. I think I had this since I was in school, and it looks really nice on those fairy wings. And my encouragement card is ready. If you have stuck with me till here, a very big thank you. Head over to my description box for more details on the encouragement card hop, and also to check out the card created by the next artist as part of the hop. If you are new to my channel, please do subscribe if you like what you see. I make arty and crafty videos and later beg people to like, comment and share. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. The handle names are at the bottom of the screen. Here are a few more videos which you may enjoy. Don't forget to check them out. Bye!